Hey friends and family, good to see you today. I know I've been a little MIA with my walking. It turns out it's that time of the month. Plus with the weather setting in, my back has been killing me. I know that's no excuse and walking would probably help that. But right now it's my lunch break at work and I am going to go ahead and get dinner on it. I thought it would be fun if I shared with you one of my favorite recipes. So, when it starts to get cooler, I love red beans and rice, and I love gumbo. But both of those dishes traditionally take a long time to make. But I have a really cool recipe that I've tried from, is it Camellia? I never say it right, but they're beans in Louisiana. And they have a recipe for an instant pot pantry red beans and rice. So a lot of times when I'm in the mood for something, I may not have everything I need. And you guys know in Louisiana, they have the Holy Trinity, which is your onions, your bell pepper, your celery. I don't necessarily always have fresh produce on hand when and I'm in the mood for it. So this pantry red beans and rice turns out so good. It takes, I think, about an hour. So we'll see as we're filming the video, but it takes about an hour in your Instant Pot. Super easy. All of the ingredients you probably already have on hand. So I'm going to start off by showing you with what I'm going to be using today. I do prefer the Camellia, I know I'm not saying that right, beans. However, at Kroger, the last few times I've went, excuse me, they've been out of beans or out of my favorite kind of beans. So I actually have the Kroger brand of red beans that I am going to rinse and sort. I'm going to rinse it and let them kind of sit while I'm getting everything kind of started. And then I'll sort it real fast before I put them in. The next thing is I like to do andouille sausage. Now this is from Dawn's Specialty Meat. Can you see it? Dawn's Specialty Meat. I'll probably, my boys, they like a lot of meat, so I might use only 2 links. Shoot, I might use all 3. You never know. But we do prefer andouille sausage. You can use any kind of smoked sausage that you would like. I know at one time Johnny made me use this deer sausage, and you guys know I don't like deer meat. I'm not very wait, that's not even the right word. I'm not very adventurous when it comes to my cooking. So anyways, so there's the beans, there's the sausage I like to use. As far as your seasonings, everything else is pretty standard. So salt, I'm going to use some Himalayan salt. I'm going to use some pepper, ground black pepper. I'm going to use some seasoning salt. This is Tony's, which is my preference. I am going to use onion powder. You can also use minced onion as well. Like the dried minced onion, not like in the jar that you have to refrigerate. And then this is some garlic powder. You can also use minced garlic. I'm going to use some smoked paprika, some thyme, bay leaves. I've been using coconut oil instead of vegetable oil, so you can use either one that you prefer, but I'm going to use coconut oil. And then you need about 6 cups of chicken broth. I don't have any chicken broth, but I do have some Better Than Bouillon chicken base. So what I am going to do, a trick number 1, pro tip, is I put 6 cups of water in my tea kettle that I'm going to have getting hot so I can mix in the Better Than Bouillon to make my chicken broth that I'm going to need. So I do have that. Alright, so that is the ingredients. I'm going to hop on over and work on getting the beans rinsed, and I'll show you that in just a minute. Okay guys, so I have my strainer and I'm going to just put the beans in the strainer. I'm going to take a few minutes to kind of rinse them, get them nice and wet. And then I'm going to just have them soak in my sink while I get everything else going. So I'll check back with you in just a minute. Okay, so I know a lot of you are probably wondering why I did not soak my beans overnight. But I don't know about you, but as a busy mama, I sometimes don't prep what I'm doing the night before, or it's the next day and I'm like, I'm really in the mood for this. So what I love about this Pantry Red Beans and Rice is you don't have to soak your beans the night before. We're going to do them in the Instant Pot. They're going to get nice and tender. If you want to soak your beans, more power to you. I just rinsed them. As I was rinsing them, I took out all kind of the broken ones and just made sure everything was good. One of the reasons why I like the Camellia beans, I know I'm not saying that right, but why I like it is it seems like there's not hardly any that I have to take out, but I did just take out almost a whole handful out of the Kroger bag one, but that's one of the reasons. So with this recipe, what I'm going to do is it doesn't even call for the meat. So if you don't have the meat, you're good. You can just have red beans and rice, but we like meat in ours. So I'm going to put just a tablespoon of oil in the Instant Pot. I'm going to hit it on saute. I'm going to dice these into moons, little half moons, and I'm going to go ahead and get them cooked in there. I don't want to lose the flavor of the andouille sausage in my beans, so I'm going to go ahead and cook it up. I'm then going to put the meat in its own little bowl, and I'm going to store it in the refrigerator until later on this evening when we're about to get ready to eat. I'll heat it up. I'll put it in the beans and let it heat up before serving. So let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, so let me show you. I diced these up real good into moons. So now we're going to go ahead and get the oil in the saute pot, and we're going to go ahead and get these on to cook. Okay. And let me tell you guys, as we're learning how to do this recipe, we are not going to judge another mom about her kitchen, okay? So, yes, I have some dishes over here. Yes, I have some stuff that I just bought from some estate sales that I need to clean up. Mind your own. We're going to get dinner going. That's what's important today. Okay, so I'm going to hit saute on my Instant Pot. See what I'm talking about? Those are my beans, though, in the red thing. Those are my beans. But I do have some dishes I need to do on the other side. And I'm just going to take a little spoonful of this coconut oil and let this get a little, and we're just going to, just a little, okay, maybe a little bit more, but just a little bit goes a long way. So we're going to let that go. I'm going to use a little bit, actually I won't need the coconut oil for a little while. Dish. In the sink. Again, no judgment. All right. So this is heating up on saute, and we're gonna add in. By the way, guys, you know I love candles. All my candles out, almost out. This one, Evening Hayride, smells just like fall. And I love it. I love fall. Okay, so this is melting. While this is melting, I'm going to go ahead and get a bowl. Okay, I'm going to get a bowl. And this is what I'm going to do. Here's my little towel. I'm going to pour my 6 cups of boiling hot water into this bowl because I'm going to stir in 6 teaspoons. I knew that wasn't right. Okay, 6 tablespoons. Well, okay, that's heating up. All right, so we have 1. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Yeah. It smells just like roasted chicken. 2, 3. You do not have to be perfect with it. 4, 5. I'm going to do one big 6th one because some of them weren't filled all the way. Okay. And I'm going to just, so I'm using my little teaspoon, you see, to stir. So I don't have to dirty another dish. Guess you can say AA's pro tip number, what is that, 3 now? Since I told you a little bit about the, ooh, okay, that smells good. Told you a little bit about the beans. So this is pro tip 3. Stir with your measuring spoon. Okay, that looks good. All right, so the pot is good for your sausage. So we're going to go ahead and just scoop this right into the pot. Lost 1 or 2, I'll put them in. And we're just going to brown these, cook these up real nice and good, give it some nice color. Okay. Let me grab my handy dandy wooden spoon. Okay, just going to make sure they're all kind of spread around so they're all getting a chance to get some color. I sometimes take my pot out and make sure the oil's all over, okay? Because that wasn't hot. I don't know if I would suggest doing that all the time, but let's see if I can let you see inside my pot. Am I going too far? Okay, that was 2 lengths. So, see if I can get this situated again. Oh, mess with these. Now over here, I'm just going to stir with my spoon. Pulling my handy dandy recipe back out because I still use my recipes. I have a little bit of my ADHD. Gonna stir this around now because it doesn't take long for this sausage to brown. Stir that around. Okay. Now I am working from home. This is my lunch break, so I'm gonna step away for just a moment to get my computer up and running. So when my lunch break is over, I can get back to work. I'll see you in just a minute. Okay, friends, so I'm back and the sausage is nice and brown. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut it off so that way it can cool back down a little bit. I'm gonna get a pan, I'm gonna get a plate, line it with paper towels to, actually, no, I'm going to get a bowl and I'm going to pour all this into a bowl. That's what I'm going to do. I'll be right back. Okay, friends, so here's what I did. Put my sausage in a bowl, okay, with the juice, because we'll add that juice later. What I wanted was all that. That is flavor. So everything looks good. All right, so that was all the hard part. Now we're gonna do, you know, the easy stuff. So I'm gonna pour my chicken broth that I made into the pot. It's gonna be kind of hot, so I'm gonna try not to. Too late. Woo! That was hot. Okay. Should be easier. Okay. All right. The reason why I wanted to go ahead and add that is because that is going to help me with getting all that gunk, not gunk, because it's good stuff, all that flavor off of the bottom of the pan. So we're going to deglaze it. Okay. So I'm just stirring, making sure I'm pushing down kind of hard with my spoon, because the whole point is to deglaze the bottom. We want to get all that flavor off, so we want that flavor in our beans. Okay. Now, here's what we're going to do. We are going to add the beans. Oops. Okay. Scooping the beans in there. That one broke, so we're gonna throw that away. Okay, beans are in. Now we're gonna add some seasoning to it. Okay, so I like to leave my pot, my little thing right there. So not my pot, my spoon that I start with. I like to leave it there. Okay. So we're going to start with a tablespoon of onion powder. It's okay, it does not have to be exact. So we're just going to dump that onion powder right in. Okay, I don't know why that was so hard. All right, now we're going to do 3 teaspoons of garlic powder. And I did grab a dry teaspoon to use. So, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Very good, very good. All right, so we're going to add 2 bay leaves. Where's my bay leaves? 1, 2. Okay. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of dried thyme. All right. 1, a little more. 2. Remember, guys, it doesn't have to be like exact. I know a lot of people just kind of eyeball it and it turns out great. However, excuse me, however, I'm not gonna. I never do, so. Alright. We're gonna add, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna go ahead and add the paprika. And I'm gonna do a whole tablespoon. Give it a nice color, and that's more smoky flavor. Okay, so what I have not added yet is the salt and pepper and the Tony's seasoning salt. So I am going to stir this together real quick. Make sure everything is well combined. Looks like I had my onion powder kind of clunked up a little bit. That's okay. I'm just pressing it against the side of my pot here, and that is gonna be perfectly fine. Okay, guys, so everything looks really good in here. Everything. Okay, so now what we can do is we're going to put our lid on. We're going to make sure it's turned here to ceiling, and we're going to put it on, I hit pressure cook. I do 20 minutes, well, no, 40 minutes. I'm actually going to do an hour because I really want these beans. I think when I do 40 minutes, okay. Okay, when I do 40 minutes, I don't think that's long enough. So I think last time I did 55. So I'm just going to do 60 minutes now, let it cook. I'm good to go. I think I'm going to go back to work. What I'm going to do is let them cook for about an hour. I'm going to come back, season them up, kind of finish it up, add the beans. And then what I'm going to do is actually put it on slow cooker and put it on keep warm and just let it kind of sit there and thicken up and just let all the flavors kind of come together, because this is going to be our pre-football game dinner. I have a feeling it's going to be cold out there. I have a feeling it's going to rain a little bit, and Mama's going to want a good hot meal before we have to go out and do that. So, all right, I'm going to press pause here. I'll check back with you guys a little later when it's time to add all the final seasonings, getting it taste up. Okay guys, I will check back with you later when it's time to get all the final seasonings in, taste it, make sure everything's just right. But it's just as easy as that. And really, this would probably have taken me maybe 10 minutes if I wouldn't have been trying to talk to you and trying to do this video for the first time. So be patient and try it out. All right, I'll talk with you guys later. Alright, friends, I'm back. So, just so you know, I did my dishes. Yeah, y'all made me feel bad, but it's okay. No, you didn't mean it. So, what I did is this cooked for an hour. I let it naturally release for, I like to do 20 minutes, but you guys know, mom life, working from home, it was 27 minutes before I vented the ceiling. So we're just waiting for this to finish venting here. We're going to add a little bit of seasoning to finish it up. Oh, look, there it goes. Okay. By the way, y'all see my mom's pretty plants? I'm keeping them alive for her until she comes home from vacation. Mama, you been home from vacation? You can come get them now? All right. Let's see. Okay, so, let's see. Can you guys see this? Back down. Okay, so you guys know that the handles of your Instant Pot is your holder for your lid. So your water from your lid drains back into the lip of your Instant Pot. You guys know that, right? All right, so we're going to stir these beans. Smells good. Here's what we will do right now is we're going to remove the bay leaves. There's one. Have you guys ever, like, forgotten to remove them, and then it's like, okay, well, it's lucky if you find the bay leaf? Yeah, I tried to tell Marcus that. He didn't get it. But, you guys know, sometimes we forget. Okay, so the beans look good. Alright, so we're going to put, how much? It says... How much do I normally do? It says salt and pepper to taste and Creole seasoning to taste. I'm probably going to do, let's see how much this is. This is 1 tablespoon. That's probably good. I'm going to do a tablespoon of Creole seasoning. Salt. Because I did the Creole seasoning, I'll probably do 2 tablespoons. 1. Yeah, let's just do 2. Not tablespoons, those were teaspoons. And then my pepper. Where's my pepper? There's my pepper. So I just love having my little spices in their little mason jars. Makes me feel fancy. We're going to just put a teaspoon. A half a teaspoon. A teaspoon. That's how I did that. Okay, now we're gonna stir this together. Okay, here's what I do now. Okay, let me show you. Now, you guys don't have to be like me. You can do it however you want to. But this is how I do it. I'm going to take some beans. Probably a good scoop. I'm going to do 2 scoops. 2 scoops full. And I'm going to take my little masher. And I'm going to mash these beans. This is what's going to thicken up your beans. Now, some people, you can mash these beans up. The bowl is hot. These beans are hot. You can mash these beans up like against the side of your pot. Ow. Tastes good though. Okay. And all of this just goes right back. And because I was just washing the dishes, I'm just going to throw this in my water. Okay. Use my spoon and get the rest out. Alright, put that in here. Alright. Put this in here. I like to use a lot of dishes when I cook. Don't hate me. Okay, and now we're going to add a tablespoon or 2 of some vegetable oil. I'm going to do canola oil. This is also going to just help with making your beans nice and creamy. So what we're going to do is we're going to put, I put maybe not a full 2 tablespoons, but that's now going to go in the sink. In the sink. This is finished. Alright, so at this point, we're just going to kind of stir this up. It's going to make this super creamy. And we're going to let this thicken. I am going to add in the sausage now. Probably should have done all 3 links though. But we're not. Gonna let this kind of cook. All right, so now this is where I'm gonna hit cancel, and we're gonna do slow cook. What time is it? What time is it, guys? 4:30. I'm gonna just slow cook it on low. I'm gonna do less. For an hour. Okay. Just gonna let this. Okay, let's see if I can get you in here. Okay. So you see your beans. You see a sausage. I'm gonna let this kind of thicken up a little bit more. You can see it's already starting, but I'm gonna let this thicken up, and then I'm gonna taste it, and then I'll adjust my seasonings to taste. Maybe if I stop stirring, but I want you to see. Maybe not as fast. Okay, cool. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to let this cook for an hour, let it thicken up, let the seasonings kind of come together. I'm going to throw together some cornbread, maybe. All I'll have left to do is the rice. I do plan on coming back to show you the easiest way I found to do it. And it works and it comes out every time. So I'm gonna hit pause here. I'm gonna check back with you guys. Maybe about the time that I start cooking the rice, because this should be thickened up and ready and good to go. All right, check back with you. Okay, so I'm back. Let's talk a little bit about, let's see if I can raise this up. Guys, I'm new to this. Okay, so the Cajun Ninja is also someone that I go to for a lot of my dishes over the years. He's actually where I get my gumbo recipe from. So I've been doing his perfect rice for years, and it really is pretty perfect. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put 4 cups of water in a pot. Okay. So he doesn't soak his rice. I've never rinsed my rice either. But I know I have friends who swear by it, so to each their own. I'm going to put this on high, like a 7 or 8. I'm also going to go ahead and salt my water. This is a good time for us to put some flavor in. So we're going to just throw some salt in. That's fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let this kind of get up to boil. I'm then going to throw in 2 cups of rice in. We're going to cover it, put it on low, let it simmer for 20 minutes. And then we are going to take it off the burner, leave the lid on, let it rest for about 5 minutes, and then take the lid off, and then we can fluff it, and we'll be good to go. So that is going there. I did want to show you the beans. Hold on one second here. So, everybody kind of does, I'm going to bring you with me, okay? Everybody kind of does their beans how they like them, how they want to do it. So, here's how we like ours. Let me show you. So, there they are. There's the beans. Let me grab this spoon. So, it's just thick enough. It's going to, all that juice is going to be so good over that rice. Looks really good. So I'm just going to let this, I'm done slow cooking it. It's done. It's ready to go. So we are good. Alright, I'm going to set you guys back up so you can finish seeing my rice. Okay, I'm going to check back with you once this is up to a boil. Probably going to turn it up on high because I am a little impatient. It's getting close to getting ready to go to Marcus's football game and freezing. So thanks. I'll be right back. Alright, friends. So we're up to boil. So I'm just going to take and scoop in here. There's 1 cup. Here's 2 cup. And then I just like to take my wooden spoon. I'll let it stir for a second while it's in here. All good. So now I'm going to cover. And we're going to drop this bad boy down to low simmer. And we're going to put the timer on. This you have to do. You have to put your timer on for rice. Okay. Start my timer. I'm all good to go here. All right. Okay, I'm going to check back with you guys when the rice is finished, and I'll show you what my bowl of red beans and rice looks like. Talking to you in a minute. Okay, friends, so the timer just went off. It's been 20 minutes, so I'm going to remove it from the heat, and I'm not going to touch it. We're going to set another timer for 5 minutes before we lift this lid. So, I'll check back with you in 5 minutes. Alright, friends. Almost time. Got changed because it's raining outside. It felt a little cool outside, and the kiddos playing football in less than an hour. So, Go and finish this up. Typically, Johnny and I have been eating dinner before the football game instead of waiting until 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. However, Johnny is working a lot of extra hours, and so he's not home yet. So I'm just gonna put a bowl of this together, taste it with you, and then I'm gonna stick it in the microwave, because I'll head out of here, and when we get home, this is what we'll have for dinner. So, got about 4 seconds. Seriously, you have to let the rice there's 5 minutes. Let the rice finish for that 5 minutes. And then, you can see, it's just perfect rice. It does not stick, it's just good to go. So, here's what I do, okay? However you want to bean your rice, you bean your rice, okay? You can put the beans in first and then your scoop of rice on top. Please show. What we typically do is I like to bean my rice. So I like to put rice first. So I'll put scoop of rice in. Okay. Marcus will not eat a piece of rice that's a little darker than the others. So, all right, so I'll put a piece of rice in, and then we're gonna take our ladle, and I got my bean mixture right here. Which, I wonder if you guys can see like just how much this has thickened up. Like it's not super like runny. I don't know. Can you tell? Can you tell? Anyways, all right. So we're gonna take our ladle, and we're gonna just take a spoonful and pour it right on top. Get us some extra juice. Put some more juice on top. Okay, and there you have it. So, let's try it. It smells really good. Okay. It's hot though. It was hot. Okay, I'm gonna try again because that was hot. I'm gonna get a piece of the sausage. The flavor is there. Definitely want the meat in there, but all of that, okay? Pantry Red Beans and Rice. I will link the recipe so you have it. You have just about everything in your pantry right now, I promise you. So good. No onions, no peppers, no celery. Just what we have in our pantry. Okay? So try it out. Tell me if you like it. I mean, it could be a good little winter meal. It's starting to get cool. So, all right. Talk to you later. Bye, y'all.